Good morning, everyone. This is Austin. It's 11:15 on Saturday, April 7th. Hope this message finds you in a great state as always. Got a little maybe social experiment for you today if you're willing to play along. It's Saturday. I'm casual. I'm hanging out. I'm reflecting. I'm doing some planning and thinking about the season change. The season change is always a good trigger to think about your own life and think about the things that you want to change. Don't just go through your spring cleaning and just coast. Take this time to maybe think about things that you can do in your life to create some changes. But today, I want to talk about a social experiment and something that I think could be relevant for you. It's a really quick way to determine if you or someone else is in a state of empowerment. How can you tell if you're living as a victim or you're in a state of victimhood? And maybe it's something that could fluctuate throughout the day. I want to talk to you about this. Is a very subtle. You may catch yourself doing it. As you hear this, as I give you this message today, I want you to go throughout the day and I want you to listen to the way people talk. I want you to listen to the way people talk, and I want you to listen to the way that you talk. I want you to pay attention to your language. Language is a reflection of what's going on inside. The language is a conduit to the meaning behind it. If that makes sense, maybe it does. Say hello. I'd love to hear how you're doing this morning. It's Saturday. Where do you find yourself? Maybe this is just a good trigger to check in with you and figure out how you're actually feeling today. I think a lot of people don't pay attention to how they feel. If they feel discontent or upset, they just kind of sit there. I want to ask you to be an observer of that today as I get ready to warm into this message. Just inviting a couple people here, but what is the language? Think about the language that we use on a daily basis. And I was thinking about this recently, yesterday into today, and I thought, let me just take a few minutes to discuss it. And I would love to hear your thoughts on this as well, because this is something that does come up from time to time. And language is a very powerful medium, especially when there's emotion behind it. But when you're not paying attention and you're just talking freely, there's no observation. Like what's inside is coming out, and it's coming out in the form of language. Came to say hi. Hey, Jordan, how are you? Hey, Lisa. Let me just talk about this today. One of the things that I've found, and you can listen, I'm going to jump right in because I want to keep this message short today, is that when you use the language of, I have to. Have you ever heard about yourself, like when you say, oh, I have to do this, or you talk to somebody like, I'd like to do that, but I have to do this. I want to do that, but I have to do this. I must do this. You ever catch yourself saying, I have to, I must? And I wrote an interesting quote down today. Maybe I'll share it with you today. It's an interesting quote. But think about this. I want you to pay attention to this today, to you or somebody else when you're in this state of, I have to do this. Oh, you don't understand. I have to do this. And think about the language of I have to. It basically says that you have no control over your decisions. Think about it. I have to do this. I must do this. And I found that I catch this in myself doing this. And a lot of people, I hear it. And to me, it screams victimhood. Like it basically says I have no control over my situation. I have to do this thing. What about using the language of you choose to? You like how my voice cracks there. You choose to. You want to. You get to. I did a video on this not too long ago, maybe last year when I was in that series of videos. I don't know if it's me or what, but it just seems that most people are operating out of, I have to, I must, I have to. And it's like this pressure that's constantly being placed on us because we have to. When's the last time you chose to? When's the last time you said, I choose to, I'm going to do this because I want to? Does this make sense? I want you to go throughout today, and I want you to pay attention to your language, and I want you to look at other people's language when you're talking to them and you're talking about things and ideas, and they'll say, well, I'd love to do that, but I have to do this. And I just think that if we can escape that victimhood of being always in that pressure cooker of what we have to do, and we can take some time to decide, what is it that we choose to do? What is it that maybe we want to do? What is it that we maybe get to do? Maybe there's something that you've been thinking that you have to do, but really it's something that's a gift that you get to do. Can you make that shift today? Now, I do believe there's a point where we say, I have to do this, or I must do this. I'm going to do this today. I feel it in my bones that I'm going to take action on this thing today. What say you? Are you somebody who's operating out of the guise of victimhood, where something's always being thrusted upon you that you have to do and that you have no control over it, and you're walking around saying you have to do it? Now, there's another reason why you might live this way. I'm just going to share this quote. I wasn't going to share this quote today, but it's another way to look at it, is that most people will not fully embrace the awkwardness of creation and life change. Life change is awkward. Creation is awkward. It's messy. It doesn't feel good, especially when you've been living in a predictable space. It's uncomfortable. So I put, they would rather seek the certainty in their to-do list or the things they have to do. They believe they find solace in the illusion of certainty and predictability. If you get into your to-do list and the things that you have to do, you may not like it, but you feel some sense of predictability and certainty because it's a logical thing. There's a checklist. I can go through it. It's logical. Whether I enjoy it or not, it makes sense. Go to the other side of creation and life change. It's not so clean and neat, is it? There's not a nice little checklist for you. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. It's openness. It's not certain. It's not secure in some cases. So it's easy to go back to the to-do list and what you have to do. And it's easy to talk about the things that you have to do. The truth is, you don't have to do a damn thing. You may say, oh, no, I have to take care of my family. And I would say, are there some people that do not take care of their family? Are there people that have walked away from their family? So the truth is, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do anything. You can walk away from it. You can choose to do anything that you want to do. Now, we shouldn't just throw out responsibility. We want to be responsible. We want to take full responsibility, but taking full responsibility is saying, I'm going to because I choose to. Not, I have to, I'm a victim. You want to live your life as a victim? Who the hell wants to live their life as a victim? Oh, I have to do this, and constantly running around feeling like you must do this and you have to do this and you got to do this. And it's a constant flow of BS to-do lists and checklists. And there's no real empowerment in that. And your empowerment comes in what you choose to do. It's getting into a state of creation and embracing the awkwardness and figuring out what it is that you truly want to do while taking care of your responsibilities. while doing the things that are most important to you. I could go on, but I'm going to wrap this up today. I just want you to, if you take away one thing from this video today, take away this. Pay attention to your language. Change your language from I have to, and maybe see what it is you want to do and that you're going to do. And that maybe you get to do. Maybe there's something that you feel like you have to do, but maybe you can change it. Maybe it's something that you get to do. Maybe if it's even something that's unpleasant, maybe on the surface, but maybe there's some level of service behind it where it's something like I have to do, but maybe there's an indirect result where you're actually serving another person. And in that respect, maybe it's something that you get to do. You get to serve. You get to do something. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I hope this served you today. I'm going to continue to come at you with these videos. And I'm going to have more things coming down the road here this year. I got a lot of ideas, a lot of things that are exciting, and I want to continue to be in front of you. And thanks, Jordan. Great to see you as always. Have a great weekend. I saw your post on the book there. I want to check into that, but let me just close again. Just pay attention today and look at your language. Are you walking around saying, I have to do this, I must do this, and you're living in that pressure cooker? Can you shift from that victimhood, because you don't have to do anything, and shift to a space where you choose to, you get to, you want to, you're looking forward to. This is the ideal situation to. Maybe there's some level of service behind that thing that you're claiming that you have to do, and you can say, wow, because I'm serving this person, I get to do. And you're not a victim. You're a victor. You're coming from a place of true empowerment. And I think we all want to live our lives from a place of empowerment and not from being as a victim, where you're choosing to live and you're not just being lived by the demands of other people, by your constant, incessant to-do list, the things that you feel like you have to do all the time. Let go of that today. Take care of your responsibilities, but choose something today that lifts you up and empowers you to be in that space, and be willing to embrace the awkwardness. Be willing to embrace the awkwardness and the uncomfortable place of creation and life change, if life changes on the docket for you. And I just said when I opened this up, if you're just joining, the season change is a great change for you to change. It's a great time for you to make that necessary change that you maybe have been putting off. Don't just go through your spring cleaning. Don't just coast. Wake up and choose to do something different. Embrace the awkwardness, the uncomfortableness, the uncomfort that you're going to feel. Embrace that and step into a space where you can just purely create. Embrace it. Embrace that not knowing, right? Embrace the not knowingness, if that's a phrase I can coin here. Embrace the not knowingness. And just be willing to see what comes up in that open space. And that open space is not going to come from your to-do list. It's going to come from your openness. It's not going to come from your to-do list. It's going to come from your openness, your ability to be uncomfortable, uncertain, unsure, awkward, a little messy. Be willing to step into that space. I believe that's where you will find golden nuggets if you can hang with it no matter what you're going through. So God bless you guys. I love you. I will talk to you very soon.